practical, impractical. What is practical, impractical? Because I'm holding my handbag? It's not a handbag. It's a rope. You know what I'm saying? It's a rope. It's my daily tie. Figure I wear a tie today. There we go. Looking a little bit better, right? It's a tie that goes with my bathrobe. Practical, impractical. Holding up the light with just a book. Practical and practical. How were our minds changed that we were able to retain the validity, validating that we can actually enhance our capabilities of thinking? Is that what it's all about? Are we looking for the right thought, the perfect knowledge? And we can control everything. If you had the perfect knowledge, you can control everything. Written in the cards, written in a book, written, imprinted. Reading the DNA code. Reading the DNA code. I dropped so much glass and plates, and my mouth is all brown from my coffee. Excuses. I break everything. Everything breaks. Everything breaks because I'm not careful, or sometimes I'm careful, but I wasn't careful the other day when I left my coffee cup at the end of the table, and the cat went to jump up on the table and pulled on the coffee cup, and it went down and smashed on the floor. Or putting my Corningware, because it got all sticky at the bottom because I overcooked something, and so I put it with some vinegar over on my stove top, you know, the rounds. The E world, where the energy goes out. Where does that energy goes out? There's two plugs. I plug it in, energy flows through those plugs. You ever see the way you plug in the round, and one goes at the bottom and it goes around until it comes back the other way? The E world. I did a numeric evaluation on something before. It wasn't an evaluation, but I put words to numbers, and I'm going to show you exactly what it is. At the same time, I want to move my chair over. And I got a little bit of white down on my floor. I have a video about me doing it. Yeah, about me doing it I did it on the floor. I got a video of me doing it on the floor with white. So that's what I came out and got done yesterday. I got my ladder, the ladder over here to climb up. Here he's sitting down on a stool, and he's holding up the brick. It looks like 17FG, but it's 1776. So I got a little white brought back. Dalit, Ayin, Dalit, Yud. This I was going to say Bet, Gimel, but it looks like the sun is in the sky, right? The Aleph again, the fire, Bet, right? The moons. So, and then I just figured out what I'm going to do. And I have some more spots that I put on the floor. Why is the light coming in so dark? I don't see enough of my eyes. I can see those big blue eyes. Give me some color. How's my tie? I'm strung up, I'm hung up. Okay, here come the numbers. But after 4 minutes into it, coffee pot broke, so I made a hole in here and I push it underneath, and I got some coffee drip drop. We're going to talk about number 21 and what it takes to get to number 21 in numbers. So I'm going to take the camera off. And first, before I start there, I want to show you how my mind went about thinking. In roulette, we have the highest number and the second highest number making the highest number. Okay, in roulette, we have the lowest number and the second lowest number, 36 and 1, 37, 35 and 2. Creation of 3 comes from 71, 1771, 1771, coming of the presidents. 1771, where 1 brings in the half-life. You see 1, you get 2, you have creation. It's automatic. Creation and energy to the half-life. 360, what goes around comes around, and I forgot and I remember. Here is my reverse. The lowest to the highest now creates the sky. The second lowest to the first lowest, 35 and 1, 135 ace. 336, or how about 12 cycles, 336. 12 moons at 28 days, 336. 336, 135. That's what they are. The 2 highest, the 2 lowest. 3 and 6, 35 and 1, 36 is 9. 36 and 3 is 39. 36, 3 and 6 is 9. 36 and 3 is 39, becomes 3. Becomes 3 and 9. Equivalent to the word sky. Is it 21 total, where the first one starts on 1 and ends on 21, equaling to a total of 22? Or is it 1 and 20 equaling to 21? In the first equation, I will be doing 1 and 20 equaling to 21, separating the 1 from the 20, and this is the way I'm going to begin. All zeros equal to 6. Now, it's very complicated to understand what I'm doing right now, so I'm going to explain it one more time. Okay, I want to equate what it means to have 1 to 21. 777 if you want to do it that way, or 3 1 3 1 3 1 3 1, which is really complicated because this is 7, this is 7, and this is 7, right? But now there's a cycle in this, and I'm not going to get to it. We want to do 1 to 21, so the reverse would be 21 to 1, which would equal to 22 or 20. All zeros equal to 6. It's now 22 and 26 of the numbers. This is the half-life, the divided life. That's why we have the circle. 2 sides to the circle, 2 sides to the circle. Okay, so many things are going on. So I first did it this way. The second way I'm going to do it is like this. 1 and 21. Okay. Well, no. I was making 21, so I'm not going to go to 22. Otherwise, I'd have to go 1 and 21, 2 and 20, 3 and 19, 4 and 18. Instead, I'm at 1 and 20, 3 and 19. And what it says is Father in reacting. Father in reacting. This becomes 26. It now becomes 1 and 26 into the red sun. And then minus 26 equals to 25, earth. Red sun and earth creation. Why does it say this? Well, what I did is because all zeros, okay, will turn to 6s. And there's a reason for that, because it's the half-life. Once you get a 0, you get the half-life. I showed it to you once before. I'll show it to you again. These 2 dots are between 4 dots. Now, do I look at the 6 dice as being 2 and 4? Or representing the cat, which represents communication? The cats become the diamonds because it becomes a part life. And it goes on to show you that it becomes the part life because when you create a diamond, okay, you create another diamond, right, the area taken up is in between the 3 diamonds. Do you follow what I'm saying? And then when you create your next diamond, hold on a second. I'm just a little mixed. Oh yes, okay. It ends over here. It ends over here. And then you have your other diamond. So you have how you're connected to the area in the center equaling to 5. I just want to stop for a second. It's so confusing because there's so many little pieces and parts, like building a watch. You put this here and you put this here and you put this here and you put this here. But why? But why are you putting it here? All you're showing me is why you're putting, but if you don't explain each piece and part and how the story, wow, what the coffee really does, really makes a stain. But there's a anyways, so it's so, and before anything starts to mean anything, the paperwork, the scientific, the patent of knowing how to do it again, the end goal, how to do it again. How can I become like the Creator? The Creator Almighty, who not only built us, but He gave us the how-to in life. I don't know. When you walk into a company, sometimes there's a guy who dishes out the money, that you tell the idea. He understands the idea. He hires people to do all these things. He overlooks and judges everything that is getting done to make sure that is the right way to do it. He gains the knowledge, or she gains the knowledge over time, and then they who just gave out the money and knew nothing about it, they too can become the Creator. So and it's funny the way 3, 8, and 9 come out, and that's exactly what I was talking about. And I'm going to get back to the story now, because although we have 36 and 35, 3 plus 6 is 9, 3 and 5 is 8. 8 plus 5 equals 17, 71. 2 and 19 is the beta world spirit birth, 21. 2 and 19. 3 and 18 is creation of the resident angel in the B world, 1 and 2, Father. 4 and 17, the delta angle. I think this is what the delta angle is. Okay, I can be wrong. Looks a little bit different when we do this. Now we know that this is the half-life. It's funny the way these two corners mean one thing, but now this is the half-life. Why? Because I made it larger, and now I can use these. See these blue lines here? They tell me what I can do and what I can't do. So you have delta, delta, and you have the whole thing. Look at that, delta, delta. Can almost look like the 5, right? Or L, L, O. So anyways, you have 4 and 17, and you have 17. You stand on 17, you're at the gateway, you have the spirit. Now we made an equation here before. What does this mean? Well, according to the way I understand it, although we need to run in 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, okay, which if you want to go 13, 31, and 13, I'm just going to show you different things, or 31 and 13 and 31 equals to 57 equals to 75. As I was showing in the roulette wheel, in which I got carried away and I forgot completely, okay, is that right over here, 17 and 34 is 51 and 6 is 57. And then on this side over here, 20 and 14 is 35, and 31 is 66, and 9 is 75. 57, 75. What does this mean? Well, it says orphans. It's orphans or Morpheus. Talking about Matrix. Talking about New World Order, or how about the word order equaling to red gold? Or in French, or in French equals to gold. Gold is the or. Why? Because it is the R letter, so I put the R letter. So I now create or. E comes from E and A, so it's also the ear. What you hear, what you feel in your vibration is the knowledge brought into an area of space that's being decoded on this planet by the computer systems, so man can learn, so we can actually engage our next move in Matrix. 5775, or how about Christ times the moon? 5 by 7, 35. 5 by 7, 35, 35, and 35 is 385. 7 times 7 is 49. And 4. 7 times 7 is 49 is 53. 5, 9 and 8, 17. And 1, 3 and 3, 6 and 1, 7, 57, 75. Or 77 times 77 times, no, we're not going to do that. But the whole area, everything goes together. So we're going to just take this away and continue on. Man on Mars, 615. 516, the half-life of the spirit E-world on Mars. Why is this different from this? First of all, they're all different. In French, you say 10 and 9. In French, you say 10 and 8. In French, you say 10 and 7. Now, is it 1, 2, 3 as in the minus? Is it the 10 that was created right here? 10, birth. Or do we have to go back to the flag in my room where the 8 and 9? 14 and 15 come together? Or how about 7 times 2, 14? 7 times 2, 14. 5 times 3, 15. 5 plus 3, 8 and 15, 23. 14 plus 9, 23. 27 and 35, electric company creating pi. 15 becomes Mars. 14 is the DNA. One is energy, the other is the red sun and creation in the BC world where one spirit. The only way we support creation is the one spirit in the B world. Creating the pi and the solution we are in. And oh, no, 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 no. Standing on 17. 29, 17 standing. The beta world birth comes in and stands on 17. 9, 29 and 12, 21 for the sky system. 3 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3, 1 and 2 create your 3. Here's your 12 when you want to bring it together. See, here we're separating them apart and talking about them differently. Here we're bringing them together. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. We bring them together. Here we separate them. We separate the child from the gateway. We separate the child from the heaven. And within the separation of the heaven's child, we bring on the birth. All zeros will equal to 6, will all be to 16. They'll all be number 7. 7, 9, 7, 8, 7, 7. 7 and 7 is 14, DNA. 7 and 8 is 15, Mars. 7 and 9 is 16. We now have the half-life. But there's way more than that, because I go 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 6 and 5, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. We're now in the beta world through Mars. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, beta world through Mars in creation of the sun. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals to 76. 7 and 6, 7 times 6 equal to 7 and 6. 7 times 6, 42. 7 and 6, 13 equals to 55 minus or plus 13, okay, will now equal to 29. 29 is your birth. It only happens 1 every 4 years. And that is your birth cycle inside the sun. So maybe there's 3 worlds for every 1 world of Earth. Or is it 3 worlds that you need to create the 1 child? How long does it take for a cycle? It takes 4 years. But there's more than that to that 4 years because of the 3-1-3 cycle. The 3-1-3, 3-1, right? 3-3-1-3, 3-1-3, and then 3-1-3. It's not that there's 4. It ends on 3, and we start again on the 4th one. What we seem as a full cycle is 4. The full cycle is 3, but there is no cycle and there is no nothing until you've completed the 1st year, until you've received the 3rd year, giving me the average to know where my 4th year begins. And then the moon keeps moving every single year. Although we see 365 days a year, we don't see that in every calendar. And it changes. It changes between Easter and Hanukkah and Passover and Rosh Hashanah, and all the different time periods of holidays in the year. So by 313 this way, although I get 7777, 28, one cycle of the moon, I actually get 3131. So I am actually into 3, 4, 7, 8. I'm into the next day of the week. I get 3 days, I'm at 11. And then I get 1 day, I'm at 12. And then I get 3 days, I'm at 15. I've jumped into the next week. How many times do I do this before I end up closing my cycle? So I go 1 over here is 16. 3 over here is 19. I've now reached inside this here as the spirit birth. Now, do I start it on 3 or do I start it on 1? And if this was the post, my first 2 legs are over here. My third leg goes over here. My third leg goes over there, and then this leg comes in and goes over here. I'm finally on this side, but I'm still in between the lines of the dividing worlds. So I take 1 more step to go over here, and I take 1 more step, and I'm finally out with my first steps. 2 steps, took 1 step and 2 steps, and finally 6 steps. I'm in the next world, but now I have to go 1 step, 2 step, 1 more time, so it'll take 8 steps before I'm a complete full step away from being in the center world. Passage 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to continue on. 19 and 1 is 20. 20 is a magic number. Land on 20. And then 3 will be 23. And then 1 will be 24. And then 3 will be 27. So we're not through 4 weeks, but now the first day will be number 28. And finally, in the last day, we're starting the partial in-between moon time, 27 and 28 days. So that's how, if I would start with a 1 here, okay, then instead of this being 4, it'd be 1, it'd be less than 3, we'd be at 24. The next one, we'd still be at 27. Do you follow what I'm saying? 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. So the next one is 3, we're at 31 days in our month. The next one is 1, 32. The next one is 3, 35. Next one is 1, 36. Makes that perfect. 10 in each period. Anyways, I got off the story from where 14 and 15 bring man on Mars through the moon. 8 and 13 brings the AC world into the church and the red sun to the heavens of the skies of Saturn. We brought number 22 because love, lo-v. V is the 22nd letter and the 5th letter. Reverse, they are perfect. The 12th letter and the 15th letter, 27. The 22nd letter and the 5th letter, 22nd. It is perfect. The total of this number, 54. Born in the red sun of hearts. Heart is earth. Number 52. Number 1 equals to 34. 3 and 4 equals to 7. Number 6 equals to 24, 33, 43, 52. Heart 52, 6, 52. 1 and 6 equals to 7. 3 and 4, 5 and 2, 1 and 6, 1, 6, 7, 3, 4, 7, 1, 6. And this is how I calculate. The truth lies in the numbers, and the relationships to how the words became to be that vibrate through your body is the story that cannot be changed because it's already been written by the world before I was born. Thank you for watching this video. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.